Disney's Encanto and the whole Madrigal family have vowed not to talk about Bruno. They even sang a whole song about it, and a very enchanting music arrangement at that. But it seems like the fans aren't yet done talking about Bruno. Almost everybody has already seen Disney's Christmas 2021 surprise, and the animated film seems to be a really big hit. Perhaps one of the studio's biggest hits yet after the halt of production following a global crisis. So now, the only question that lingers is, will there be an Encanto 2? As Disney's Encanto offers a glimpse into the Colombian family of Madrigal, who is gifted with magical powers, is a sequel possible in the near future? And if so, what will it be about? And what should fans expect? Well, today is your lucky day because in this video we are going to answer all that and more. Because of course, before any of that, make sure first to hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell for more updates. And watch out for many spoilers ahead. Now, here is everything you need to know about Disney's Encanto 2. Encanto 2 is something all Disney fans want after they fall in love with Encanto and the family Madrigal. The animation has grossed a respectable tally of almost $230 million at the box office since its release in November 2021. However, it's been through streaming on Disney Plus where Encanto has truly soared to become the movie that everybody is talking about. Directed by Zootopia creators Jared Bush and Byron Howard, Encanto features original songs written by Lin-Manuel Miranda and boasts a talented voice cast featuring Stephanie Beatriz, most notably known for her role as Detective Rosa Díaz in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, as well as John Leguizamo, Diane Guerrero, María Cecilia Botero, Angie Cepeda, Jessica Darrow, Wilmer Valderrama, Carolina Gaitán, and Mauro Castillo. For all this, however, the future of the franchise remains up in the air. Breakout song We Don't Talk About Bruno has become a record breaker in both the UK and US, while the other tracks from the movie's incredible soundtrack have all broken in the top 10 worldwide. It's the kind of Disney fever that we arguably haven't seen since the release of Frozen. Encanto doesn't immediately set itself up for a sequel, but neither did Frozen, and that didn't stop us returning to Arendelle in 2019's mega hit Frozen 2. If a sequel was good enough for Anna and Elsa, why not Mirabel, Bruno, Luisa, and co? We're sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but as of January 31st, Disney hasn't confirmed a sequel to Encanto. You can never rule Encanto 2 out given that the movie has become so huge though, so if it were to happen, what could it be about? Yet, let us all remain hopeful. Does the Encanto ending build up for season 2? So here is everything you need to know about a potential Encanto 2. How did Encanto end, and how does it set up for a sequel? In a movie copying Pixar's villain trick, Disney's Encanto did not only move away from the traditional storytelling conventions, but it also zoomed in on cultivating interpersonal relationships, which deeply resonated with viewers. Mirabel attempts to save the family's magical house, the casita. As it begins to crack and the candle begins to flicker in the first film, Mirabel runs after the casita is demolished and the candle burns out, believing it is all her fault. The Madrigals are reunited after reconciling with Abuela and working together with the community to renovate the casita. Mirabel is given a doorknob to install in the front door, and when she does, the enchantment returns for all, except, technically, Mirabel still lacks any power. But she's still a unique individual. If you want to go more into why she wasn't given power, there are a lot of theories out there. Encanto's ending, as previously stated, does not explicitly set up a sequel because it is a standalone novel. That doesn't rule out the possibility of new plot lines in the sequel, such as why Mirabel didn't obtain power and whether it will happen again. According to one fan hypothesis, Mirabel took over as the casita's matriarch from Abuela, which is why she didn't receive authority, likely moving the family out of the community and back into a larger world. We'd be interested in seeing any further adventures of the Madrigal family, so the sequel might take any direction. Luisa's voice actress, Jessica Darrow, has her own ideas about what might happen next. I want Luisa to take a break. I really want the humanization of Luisa. You know, we saw all of the hard stuff that she has to deal with, and the anxieties that she experiences. She told BuzzFeed, "I want to see a day where she does get to experience joy and relaxation and simple pleasures, and I also want to see her hang out with the unicorn donkey a little more. And for the donkeys to talk, that'd be cool," she added. It could also be that we don't see an Encanto 2, but a spin-off TV series on Disney Plus instead that follows different members of the family. I think with this movie especially, we fell in love with every single character, and I think that we try to design them in a way that you want to know more about them, Director Jared Bush told the Digital Fix. So I would very, very happily see a show about any member of that family. He concluded. Co-director Charisse Castro-Smith added, "I can tell you that Lin-Manuel Miranda really wants a show about Dolores." Encanto 2 release date. When could we expect Encanto 2? As previously stated, Disney has not confirmed Encanto 2. Thus, it should come as no surprise that no release date has been set. Lin-Manuel Miranda confirmed that the first film in June 2020 after it had been in development for a few years. It was released in theaters in November 2021, but we'll have to wait a few years for a sequel if it happens. However, that does not mean the animation studio has closed the door on the possibility of a sequel. After all, over the recent years, the media giant has crafted sequels to their blockbuster releases, including Frozen, which stars Elsa as the fifth spirit, Cars. Following the pattern, the Columbia set musical's positive reviews from both critics and audiences can encourage Disney to produce Encanto 2. It might take a while, similar to Toy Story 4's long-awaited release, but the possibility of it happening is high. With a 6-year gap between Frozen and Frozen 2, Encanto 2 could be in for a lengthy wait. Hopefully it won't take too long, but it's impossible to determine whether it'll be released until it's confirmed. After a 30-day run, the film was made available on Disney Plus on Christmas Eve. If Encanto 2 is officially announced this year, fans might expect a release date of at least 2024 due to the demands of the production. What Encanto 2's story could be. By the end of Encanto, the Madrigal family had figured out what their collective vulnerability was, while also dealing with generational pressure and toxicity. As a result, they were able to rebuild their home, and the magic that ran through them was also restored thanks to Mirabel's gift. This time though, even without their powers, each Madrigal had acknowledged their worth. Encanto's denouncement, which avoids traditional Disney stereotypes, is certainly satisfactory to its own, but it leaves open the possibility of a sequel. Encanto 2 may, for example, be about the conquerors returning and discovering the secret enchanted settlement. Perhaps Mirabel will leave the comforts of her house in search of a larger purpose in life. Or the new film will focus on a new generation of Madrigals, with one of them straying from the path. Perhaps there will be a time leap in the sequel, and the remaining members of the family will be reunited due to major disaster. The tale of Encanto 2 is limitless, but anything Disney decides to tell must be on par with, if not better than, the first. Encanto 2 cast. Who's coming back for Encanto 2? We'd expect to see the entire main cast back for a potential sequel, which could again likely be led by Stephanie Beatriz as Mirabel. She'll be joined by the likes of John Leguizamo as Bruno, Jessica Darrow as Luisa, Diane Guerrero as Isabella, María Cecilia Botero as Abuela, Mauro Castillo as Felix, Angie Cepeda as Julieta, and Wilmer Valderrama as Agustin. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and smash that notification bell for more episodes.